everybody, what's up? It's me, Lee, and Dave. It's the Stony Rolls. Happy 420, everybody. This is our 420 spectacular. We're dressed appropriately. As many of us who could remember to wear green did. And we're going to talk about...
My pants are green.
824, Nicolas Cage. We got... Maybe Seth Rogen might show up at some point today. We don't know. Seth Rogen might put in a call. We've got a special edition of Because It's the Law, across the pond edition. It's the fastest growing game show taking America by force. And let's talk about some niche cults today. There's so many cults out there. I don't know which one to join. I'm not even quite sure. I've been considering many. I grew up in Christianity, though. That was pretty fun. But then, one. I quit that one.
Been there, done that.
Quit that one. Trying to find a new cult.
Christianity's so 2000 BC.
It's pretty old. It's pretty dated. Though, I got to say, the guy, he said, I want to live forever, right? And we're still talking about him. So technically, they say you live as long as your name is uttered,
Yeah.
So there's people still going on about Jesus. So
what do you think the guidelines of the cult of personality are? What do you think?
I think you have to be like a rad guitar player, a cool singer.
You gotta have great hair. Dave, you and I out immediately.
Yeah, airy in immediately. I'm
gonna start dreading
We're out. Yeah, great hair. I don't think you can be socially awkward.
No, I can't do that.
Oh man, then I'm out.
Yeah.
Just excluding us all. Just narrowly.
Cult.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever see the movie Weekend at Bernie's?
I love that movie.
What kind of a question is that?
Yeah, everybody's seen that movie.
There was a period.
There
was a period
say that
in our society.
Total Recall, Dave. Have you seen Arnold Schwarzenegger's Total Recall?
You know what? That didn't come with a Papa John pizza in the early 2000s.
It should have. That was an excellent pairing.
Yeah.
Stony Spike, have you seen Weekend at Bernie's? But more importantly, have you seen Weekend at Bernie's 2? The horrific travesty that movie is. I actually saw that in the movie theater. And when I was a young child, Weekend at Bernie's 2, and I was like, that was the worst movie I've ever seen. And I was a kid.
Even as a kid. Yeah, even as a child, you're like, nah, that doesn't. Anyway.
We still need to do a Total Recall.
For everyone that has seen Weekend at Bernie's, have you ever heard a little thing of life imitating art? If you call Weekend at Bernie's art?
I would say the first one's art. The second one is a tax write-off.
Did you guys hear about the woman who got arrested after taking her dead uncle to the bank to take out a loan?
Yeah. I unfortunately saw that video forced upon me. When I was on.
The news did not give any warning. By the way, you're about to see a dead dude. They
blurred him out. Yeah, but they kept his hand when she's trying to get him to sign the check.
And you still see the shape of the head going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Anyway, I think we need to give this woman a medal.
For trying? We should give her a loan. She was only trying to take out $3,000.
Listen, if you are going through the trouble of putting a dead person in a car, like dead weight, they call it that for a reason.
Yeah.
It's heavy. She needs that money.
He'd been dead for a few hours, I think they said, or something.
Only for a few hours. It's not like she dug the guy up and then brought him to the bank.
Yeah.
No. She was charged with attempting fraud and also abuse of a corpse.
Yeah, abuse of a corpse, which I think is an interesting law.
And that's because it's the law.
It's because it's the law.
Yeah.
Because it's the law. Coming up, guys. Just stay tuned. We've got a special edition, at least prepared for all of us.
I was up late doing it because of procrastination.
Yeah, but procrastination is...
That's why I texted you. It was more to remind you. It wasn't asking cult. If you'd done it. It was more like, can you start it now?
I'm in the procrastination cult. I'll join any day now.
Yeah.
But
there you go.
I'm almost there.
One day. Just not today.
You can give yourself a little rim shot there. You're
what? Sorry, what? What, Dave?
Every time you hear the word rim, I think you automatically black out.
Basketball.
Boy.
That's a stretch.
It's just. Do not talk about stretching rims this early in the morning.
Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
You said you had 6 cups of coffee.
You had 6 cups?
Just finished the 6th just now.
Oh, pretty good.
Man, it is Friday.
It's Friday.
I might give me a Baja Blast.
That's a good idea.
Today.
That's how you're going to celebrate 420.
Although we're on YouTube right now, it's 420. It's Saturday 420.
I'm going to celebrate I'm going to keep calling Lee until he picks up.
Wait, what?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow all day.
Don't call me tomorrow.
Hey, Lee, what if you get a call at 420? You're like, this is serious. I got to take this call, and you have to bounce out of your baby shower. You're like, it's an emergency.
Throws a baby shower
you're gonna be like
420.
You're going to be like, it's an emergency. Kim Kardashian's head fell off.
Yeah. Can we program our caller ID to say, like, Taco Bell or something? Because if he sees that, he's going to have to pick up.
Taco Bell. Flashing red. Taco Bell.
I just, like... A part of me thinks that my cousin did this on purpose.
See you, little cherub. She'll be back later.
See you later, cherub. Thanks for popping in.
Little cherub, thank you for popping in. Though I say, if you're at work, watch us. That's my rule.
Yeah,
See what happens.
That's Stony Spike. Who was at
Your
a
friend is at a
wedding
for 420 wedding, but that's not a stone. Like if this were a stoner baby shower, yes, we're going. We're gonna get so baked. Me and that baby become real quick friends.
Yeah.
This is not. This is actually a conservative Republican baby shower.
Really?
Yeah.
Mostly. Oh, all right. I feel like a lot of conservatives do smoke weed, though. I feel like there's a lot of. There's a lot of things that it's pretty funny because, there's stuff like the marijuana laws where everybody's like, should we or shouldn't we? And there's like a lot of people on the right are like, yeah, we should keep the marijuana. We still smoke weed. What are you, crazy?
Yeah. I think it's one thing that not most people, but a lot of people, given your ideology, have in common. Everybody wants to not be sober. Because of the world we live in.
Oof. Yeah, don't remind me of the world. I feel like this is a special podcast to help people forget about what's going on in the world.
We should rename this podcast Dissociation the Podcast. Yeah.
Forget about it.
Hey, forget about it. By the way,
Slip into chaos for an hour.
The Fry Guys commercial.
The Fry Guys
was... Yeah, that's the spicy chicken nugget.
That needs to go straight to Ronald McDonald immediately.
Yeah. I'll send it to him. I'll send it to my actual friend the actual Ronald McDonald. We should have him on.
You used his face in that.
I did.
Your friend's face is in that.
I did that on purpose.
You used his face in that.
Yeah. Man, remember Cape Fear? That was a scary movie. Cape Fear
is so messed up.
I know, guys, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, you didn't see it?
Oh, really? Oh, someone here, because
Counselor.
Cape Fear came with Domino's instead of Papa John's.
Did it?
Can you imagine?
All of my movie knowledge is based on how many pizzas I ate.
On the pizza that comes with the garlic butter.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a fan of. I'm going to be honest. This is a hot take, but the garlic butter from Papa John's is probably just Papa John's semen.
Wait, what? You don't like the garlic butter? That's the only reason why I do like it, because you could pour that on and you could forget about the rest of the pizza.
No, that's like butter on popcorn. I can't do that either.
Wait, hold on. Lee, you realize
on like real butter on popcorn.
Right. You sure about that?
Like butter movie theater butter popcorn. I can't.
This is the rest of the episode.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually butter though. To be fair,
that's just
that's the same thing as the Papa John. You guys realize that the butter that comes with Papa John's The garlic butter.
Yeah.
That's not. It's the same thing
They
that goes
just
on your
put some
popcorn.
garlic
Right?
in it. Yeah.
So you've never done the trick where you stick a straw in your movie theater popcorn bag, you stick a straw in there, and then you pour the butter down the straw to get to the middle of the bag. I was doing that when I went to see Dune Part 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's genius.
It's a popcorn hack. I got to tell you, I was doing that in front of people, and every single person that came by, they were like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, check this out. You put the straw on the top, and then you can get the butter in the middle." And everybody's like,
If
"Oh
you
my
get a bendy
God,
one,
that's
you can put the
amazing!"
bendy part in there and then like turn it so it just like
And then you can
aerates
distribute
and then
the butter.
you pull the straw up as you're pouring, so it just it's like a underground sprinkler.
You could touch every piece of popcorn in the bag with a little bit of butter. That's and like I tell you, there were at least 2 people who were like, "Oh my God, that's the most brilliant thing I've ever seen." And I said, "Thank me later. Enjoy the show."
Here's my Venmo.
Your hand.
And I tripped and all the
it's
popcorn
so
went
gross.
everywhere. Yeah.
I don't like the way you gotta stick your hand in there and then
You're not digging through all the other pieces of popcorn. How do you eat your popcorn? You take it from the top, right?
Yeah, but it's still if every piece is covered in butter, Dave, then you're gonna have butter everywhere.
What else are you on your hands and then you go boop boop and you're done?
Well, I gotta say, now there's an added layer to this.
You want every
folks.
drop.
Now, do you pour your candy on top of your popcorn?
Because every time.
Now,
see,
and I can't have milk duds with butter. Like
you're worried about your
divisive.
hand. You're gonna take hot popcorn and pour a chocolate coated.
Listen, the popcorn is never that hot. Okay, I've never been to a movie
But that's
theater
a mess,
where the
isn't it?
popcorn is hot enough to melt chocolate.
I know it's like 3 weeks old by the time you get it.
Movie theater popcorn can't melt chocolate.
I've got that as a soundbite right now, and I'm gonna write that down. 33.
Why do you think I always talk when somebody else is talking?
Perfect.
That is a good thing.
It's like a
to talk
Dune
over.
sandstorm thing. You can't make a sound clip out of me if somebody else is talking.
Too late, Dave. You're a sound movie theater popcorn can't melt chocolate.
The gang turns Dave into a soundbite. This episode is.
That is the episode. We've reduced Dave just to sound bites.
Sandra's smart. She salts the popcorn. I'll do
good.
salt. I'm
good.
down for the salty popcorn.
Salt is good. Okay, now I got another popcorn question. I have kettle corn that you put in the microwave. I douse it with cinnamon, like a nice cinnamon on top.
Yeah, that's great because it's powdery. Powdery's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Buttery, liquid, gross.
That just made me think. I have a shaker of pizza seasoning. What do you think about that on popcorn?
Oh,
Sounds
that's
amazing.
good. That's
Pizza
smart.
Popcorn? I might try that tonight.
Do that.
Pizza popcorn.
I get the Trader Joe's elote seasoning too.
We got that. Oh yeah.
Put that on top of the popcorn sometimes, but it makes me cough.
Dude, that's a good idea.
Cheddar seasoning. Oh, Stony. Oh,
Yeah.
after
cheddar.
my own heart. Cheddar seasoning.
Oh yeah, cheddar.
Now you take the cheddar seasoning, you mix a little bit of that pizza seasoning in there. Salt.
Wow. Mozzarella and cheddar. Yeah.
You guys would get the popcorn.
Aristotle, you don't want this, but little chunks of jerky in that popcorn.
Yeah.
That would be good. You
that'd
guys
be
have
delicious.
those big tins, right?
Jerky.
With the 3 different popcorns. It was always
Yeah,
like
every
You're
Christmas.
getting crazy with this
caramel,
jerky
white,
though.
and cheese.
You're putting
Get crazy
jerky
with the
and milk
jerky.
duds. Jerky and milk
I'm not
duds on your
putting
popcorn.
No, I'm not putting. This is we're talking savory popcorn here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
we're talking jerky
2 different.
bits. Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha. 'Cause
jerky
I was
bits
getting
with
confused.
cheddar and pizza seasoning.
Now I
Have you
got
done
an
the
interest.
pickle popcorn?
Pickled popcorn.
Ooh,
Pickle
pickle
popcorn.
pop.
Sounds kind of soggy.
Yeah, you'd have to pour your
It's
pickle
the
juice
pickle,
on
like-
there.
Do you think if you pickled the seeds and then popped
Flick it.
those, it would have an effect?
Ooh, like you marinate them, yeah.
Maybe. Let's try it. You'd have
This
to
is
really
what-
dry them out because they have to be really dry to pop, right?
We could dry them in the air fryer, and then we could pop them in the air fryer, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do
Is there
anything with
any
air
way
fryer.
to put mix weed seeds with popcorn kernels?
Oh,
Like it
has
just
anybody
pops
ever made?
into a whole bud?
Yeah,
Dude.
you just put it in the
Dude.
air fryer and then you've got a bunch of buds.
Pop weed, dude. That's what we make. We invent pop weed. You put it in the thing, and you put it in the
Healthy.
microwave,
Yeah.
and then it pops like little
We
buds.
call it peed.
Peed. I think that's perfect.
I think we
Poppied?
There you go.
Wheat seeds have arsenic in them, so it should taste like bitter almond. So what? Just a little bit.
Why is it okay to smoke them then? Or is it not okay? Should I stop filling my bowl with seeds?
Apple seeds
I don't think
also
you're
have
supposed
arsenic.
to do that.
I was told that's how they make grape nuts.
Isn't that how they killed the blob with apples?
The blob?
Finish the movie.
I'm confusing this with an episode of G.I. Joe. There was a blob that was eating everything. Yeah, it was a giant blob.
Yeah.
And then they lured it to an apple orchard because they were like, apples have arsenic in the seeds. And then it ate the apple orchard, the huge blob, like the movie The Blob, and it died.
Is that why you're not supposed to eat the seeds? I thought it was supposed to be because you can grow a tree in your tummy.
That's watermelon seeds.
Episode of G.I. Joe with the blob in it?
The blob had a very important message, apparently.
Yeah, they were like, knowing's half the battle. Don't eat those apple seeds. You'll die.
It's the only way people would listen.
Yeah. Oh, pop weed. I'm gonna write that down. I'm writing that down right now.
I'm writing that down. Brilliant ideas.
Just got to figure out how to take the arsenic out. That's the only thing. The last step.
Yeah, no, but the heat would do that. I think we all know arsenic is not a fan of hot things.
Yeah. Does it have old lace? We want to know.
Old Lay's potato chips?
Old Lay's potato chips. We have pop weed featuring arsenic and Old Lay's. And it's arsenic and Old Lay's.
I got Old Lay's money. I don't have this new Lay's money.
Old Lay's money?
I can afford a classic bag. I can't get all these.
Oh, God.
Yeah, perfect.
That's for our listeners out there.
It's just hard to put on a happy face when everything you turn on is so fucking depressing.
Yeah, so turn off and hang out with us on 420 on the special spectacular. Yeah! I know. It is. It's crazy out there. I think that fighting the wars, do you think that this is it? This is it? We're just going to...
war's bad. I'm going to go on the record. Hot take. War
you think so?
Probably shouldn't happen. Ever.
Yeah. We shouldn't do that anymore. Seems pretty... What does it ever lead to? Just more fighting?
It leads to rich people becoming really rich.
Oh, that's right.
And
because of the connections between the giant shareholder corporations and the money they have invested in the military industrial complex and how that leaks into the companies that own all of the other companies that we rely on every single day because of this capitalist hellscape, and everything's collapsing and no one can afford to eat or pay rent, but the jobs don't pay enough, so we're gonna just have to doing it well.
I agree.
All those things. Did you run out of words?
Sorry, I just dissociated for a second.
That's good. That's good.
My brain shut off.
Wait, Lee, are you saying it boils down to money and power, and the people in power want to stay in power? Because that seems to be a trend.
And what's really grinds my gears is that they are controlling something that we just made up.
Yeah. Money.
All of it's made up.
Yeah. They just figured out how to put themselves up there first.
But they want to control the spice, though. See, the spice. He who controls the spice controls the universe. I think that's pretty much it. And the spice in this scenario is popcorn. No, it's the oil situation, right? I feel like the oil routes and the money and the trade routes. It's crazy. Did I just say route and then route? Did I just use two different pronunciations?
Did. Yeah.
What?
For, different audiences.
Yeah. For you Canadians out there.
For Sandra.
Yeah.
It's a different route. Here in America, it's a
different
route.
Dialects.
Yeah.
How do you say that in Scottish?
I like to say this to my Scottish friends.
Scottish.
If you're Scottish, you'll understand this, but most Americans don't. But I always say this to Scottish people. I'm like, oh, you're Scottish? Let me try it again. You know what I said? They always laugh for some reason.
Pull my finger? What does that mean?
I still don't know.
Wait, if anybody can slowly. Glass Snoptrope?
I think I'm like 6% Scottish, and I can't get it.
Because I've got Irish blood in
me. That's the 10% and above.
We should call someone who's Scottish right now and get them on the phone and be like, "Do you like Snoptrope?" And then they'll just
what is that? English?
They'll say, "Yeah, why?" Probably.
Wait, do you like? Is the first part? Do you like?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like? I'm looking mean.
The last Snow Patrol.
Do you like Snow Patrol?
Yes, you got it. You got it.
Wait, the band?
Do you like Snow Patrol?
Do you like Snow Patrol? Oh, you're Scottish. Do you like Snow Patrol? And then like they always, yeah, there's a Scottish dude in the band. A couple Scottish guys. Yeah.
Okay.
And inevitably someone will be like, "No, they're shite."
Like get mad at you and punch you.
Yeah.
Like
we're not getting out of here until we find out which one.
I do like Snow Patrol, for the record. They're good. Good band.
Wait, was I actually right?
You were right. You got it right.
Oh, no way.
You sure about that?
Yeah. It's a lot Snow Patrol. Use that on your Scottish friends. They'll love it.
Oh boy. Hey, so okay, have you guys seen Civil War yet?
Not yet.
No, I didn't.
Me neither. I want to see
Captain
it
America
really
Civil War.
badly.
I've seen it.
Yeah. It's
good.
a sequel to that apparently.
Cool.
But A24.
Prequel.
There's a new controversy, and I'm actually pretty disappointed with A24. Turns out all of the like posters and advertising they just did with AI.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, so not only because AI is taking, like, it's one thing like when we use AI to make fun of things, or something, we're not making money off of this. Like, we're not like, there's, but when a studio that's making like had the highest grossing movie in the country the other day is using other people's arts without them knowing to create art, thus taking away jobs from artists. So you're stealing art on both ends here.
Right.
And then using that to promote your multi-million-dollar film, to me, is just like, that's not the right move. You shouldn't be able to do that. And then also, did you see the new controversy with the new Netflix documentary, the new Netflix true crime documentary?
That's nuts.
True crime. No.
In order to make the murderer that the true crime documentary is about seem like she was happier before she went on this killing spree or whatever she did, they used AI photos to create happy photos of her and then used that in the documentary.
Yeah.
That's
like,
terrible.
What?
That's a huge issue.
They did that with the Beatles and Get Back.
Stoney, it's the documentary. It's the girl murderer. I can't remember her name. It's on like the front page. It's one of the most recent Netflix documentaries.
Girl Murderer. It's called.
What happened? I think it's called like What Happened or something like that.
They do that and Get Back.
Jen,
they use a lot of
Jen one, Jenny. Yeah.
They make the Beatles look like they got along using AI.
Exactly. But like when you're fucking making a documentary, and you're using AI to fabricate things, how are we as a society supposed to believe what we see and hear from this point forward?
Especially because there was apparently no word of AI usage in
they wanted to get, but you know what the mistake was is they used a picture of her doing this, and the AI can't get the hands right, so she was missing a thumb and a finger in the picture, and people are like, wait a second.
That's hilarious. Well,
so it was nobody watches this before they put it out.
Well, documentaries in general are just someone's take on a situation. It's someone's opinion. They're,
they're supposed to be non-biased, though. That's the whole point of the documentary. It's like,
but intrinsically, if you've got a camera pointed in a direction, it's biased immediately.
But it's one thing to point the camera at someone and edit it in a way that like you're editing what you caught on the day and putting a bias slant on it. It's another thing to go onto a computer, input pictures of this person, and then type in to purposely fabricate. to make it seem like she was a different person before this happened.
For the record, we only use the AI to create cloned voices or sounds, but the scripts are written in my notepad at like 4 in the morning.
That's why they've got that like magic element to them. I'm telling you, the writing you do is phenomenal for these things. It's so good.
I'd say, it's fun. It's fun.
That's my thing. That's my thing with AI is if you use it as a tool, it's great. But like, I don't. Were the Civil War things? Were they? That's the issue there because it's promotional, like you said.
It's promotional.
It is earning money. But were they completely like how? When
they were
these stories come out,
completely fabricated.
Okay, that's the thing. Like, because in a sense, AI has been used. I mean, for way longer than people realize.
Oh, definitely.
With photos and manipulation and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Whether it's somebody that's sitting down and doing it themselves, or they're just telling a machine to do it for them.
Yeah, deepfakes.
Because you don't want those people to lose their jobs, but at the same, it's weird. I feel like people are using AI as a blanket statement for a lot of things.
They had there was like a Ukrainian, Russians create that like fake AI video of sorry, it escapes me at the moment. I might be a little elevated. The leader of Ukraine, what's his name? Kevin?
Zelensky.
Bobby? Zelensky.
Zelensky.
Bob Zelensky. He
Bob Dabalina.
Bob Geldof. Oh, they had a deep fake video of him. The Russians made, and he was like, "Please surrender, all Ukrainians surrender." It was like 2 years ago, and it was obviously fake at that time.
Good idea.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of media that can create that. Just really it's the worst.
It's scary, right?
Well, 100 years ago, propaganda, that was like the big thing. People were like, oh, this whole mass media thing can really control populations and direct them to our agenda. Now it's like indistinguishable from reality. So it's crazy.
And not to mention, like, we're also starting to be controlled on social media. I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it's like it's crazy.
Is a conspiracy, though.
It is a conspiracy, and it is a theory. So technically, yes, I am a crazy conspiracy theorist. But it feels like we're starting to be censored in a way that we weren't before with social media. Like, not telling people that there's a new function on Instagram where if you want to receive political content, you have to go into your settings and turn on an actual button that lets you receive anything deemed as political content. Whoa. And the TikTok ban is probably going to go into effect because it was secretly hidden in the aid to Ukraine and Israel package. Like, that's what there's something that it feels like they don't want us communicating with each other in a free and open way.
No.
They tried to get rid of net neutrality under Trump. That was a big, thank God we didn't do that, but that's next.
I think Elon is saying that X is the platform where everybody can speak freely, but I think it's just a haven for racists.
Well, yeah.
I think that's what it mainly is. Every time I go on there, which is like not as much as Threads or Instagram anymore, but it's like immediately it'll show me a video of like violent crime or murder or like a lady taking a dead guy to a bank to try to take a loan out. It's like it's just sensationalism.
I think we as a country also we rely too much on the blanket term free speech. Because other countries that don't have free speech usually means that hate speech is against the law. That's what that means.
Yeah. It's a great idea.
It's a great idea to be able to say exactly what you want, but like the whole sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt anything is not true. Also, I feel like we've talked about this. Sticks and stones are one of the most prevalent things on Earth. Why on earth would you suggest using those to hurt? Well, your words will never hurt me, but I shall suggest two of the things around me everywhere that you can hurt me with.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Here, use this gun.
Yeah, exactly. That's like saying you can't hit me with an insult, but this gun will do just fine. Have this mallet. I apologize for the mood.
To the mallet
love it.
Industries.
You've heard of the cult of personality? Well, I'm starting a new one called the Round to It Squad. It's a cult of procrastination. I just got to figure out a time to meet up. You can decide to show up or not. Just get around to it when you can. I plan on having a potluck-style dinner each week, so remember to make a nice meal. But going to 7-Eleven and buying a bag of chips and a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew right before showing up will also be fine. I hope you can make it to our very first meeting someday. Thanks.
Speaking of mallets, let's get clubbed over the head.
Oh shit, is it that time already?
Let's get clubbed over the head with Because It's the Law Special Edition. Lee has created a very special game for us, the Across the Pond edition of Because It's the Law, the fastest growing game show taking America by force. Oh boy, so y'all out there, get your pens and pencils and your papers ready. Actually, just your fingertips. Tap on your keyboards.
And your brains.
And your brains. Get your brains in gear, tap on the keyboard, and let us know what you think the answer is. Just put the corresponding letter in the chat. Okay, Lee, what do you got for us today?
Okay, we need to preface this. The Across the Pond edition, it's a big pond. So anything
but here.
across. By the way, I learned today, before we get started, that pond, actually an ocean.
Wait, what? I just thought it was a large pond.
I thought it was a big old pond you go fishing in with your dinghy.
Find some pollywogs.
I think that might be against some of the laws.
Yeah.
You get your dinghy out and you play in that pond today.
Get your dinghy out of the water.
Anyway, so here we go. Because it's the law, Across the Pond edition, question number 1. Speaking of Scotland, you must.
Do you like Snow Patrol?
Do you like Snow Patrol?
You must like
That's the
Snow
question.
Patrol.
That's the question. True or false?
You must let anyone use blank if they ask in Scotland. You must let anyone use blank if they ask in Scotland. A, your phone. B, your toilet. C, your mule.
Well, that's an obvious answer. I know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
That's clearly.
A, your phone. B, your toilet. C, your mule.
C.
Yeah.
Mule.
Yeah, it's got to be.
You must let anyone use blank if they ask in Scotland.
Wait, I'm gonna be a little dark horse here, a dark mule here, but there is they recently in UK in London installed urinals at every Saturday night at midnight, Friday and Saturday. They come up out of the street because people were peeing in the streets way too much in London because they were getting pissed, and then they were pissing in the streets. So I'm going to apply this knowledge and say that you must let someone use your bathroom, your toilet.
Your toilet.
Yeah, because they don't want people pissing in the streets after a big soccer game.
But
game.
so you're just enjoying your tea, and someone knocks on your door. They're like, "Give me your toilet." You gotta let them in. That's what you're saying.
Knocking on your door.
Yeah, or they're gonna pee on your door.
You shouldn't call me Shrek Dave. It's a very sensitive subject for me.
I like to be creative with my answers here. That's what I think.
Take your hat off. You've got the two little things.
So what's
your answer, Dave? What's your answer?
Mule.
Mule.
Donkey.
Okay. You're a mule.
You're a mule.
We got a mule in a toilet. What's the chat say? It's the worst. What's the chat saying? We got C. All right. I'm going to go with the answer. You must let anyone use your toilet. If they ask in Scotland.
That's right.
If you thought it was toilet, you can knock on someone's door to ask them to use their bathroom in Scotland, and by law, they cannot deny you. This derives from an extension of an old Scottish common law regarding hospitality and is still technically enforceable today.
What? All right. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to go.
It's a hospitality law.
That's how you get killed. That's how murderers just go. You got to let me in. You use your toilet.
Yeah, it's like a vampire. If you're a vampire, exactly. You just say, hey, can I use your bathroom in Scotland?
Why do you think there's so many vampires in Scotland?
Exactly, because they got to pee.
because they let someone in to use their toilet once.
Yeah.
Yep.
They can go
Takes one
anywhere.
time.
Never again.
Damn vampires. Well,
All right.
how about that?
Question number 2. And I looked up the pronunciation this time.
Okay, good.
Did you?
It is a legal requirement to blank before you die in Sarpewonks, France. Sarpewonks, France.
Mm-hmm.
It's illegal to.
My cat had a nightmare, I think.
Cats be having there.
The cat.
It is a legal requirement to blank before you die in Sarpewonks, France. Sarpewonks, France.
I would say drink wine and eat cheese.
Yeah.
A,
'Cause that's
own a burial plot.
okay.
B, let your boss know. C, pay off your debts.
Oh, yeah.
It's a legal requirement to blank before you die there. Own a burial plot, let your boss know, pay off your debts.
Well, if you're a Lannister, you're all good, I suppose.
Lannister always pays off their debts. But did they?
Hey, they can't enforce that. What are you're dead, then what?
I mean,
I guess
technically all of these.
They'll fine you.
No, it's more specifically for the one answer I don't like. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go own a burial plot because they got it. That's their main concern. Is they got to put you somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say. Wait, hold on. Now let me play devil's advocate here.
Yeah. Again.
Let's see. So the options were own a burial plot, eat wine and cheese. Wait, what was the second one?
No. Second one is let your boss know.
Let your boss know that you're gonna die.
It's a legal requirement to let your boss know before you die.
Well, I figure you could just take some time off because in France you could take off like a year and a half and then just go back to work. So I figure if you could take off eternity, you probably just have to put in for it. I'd like to put in for eternity.
Just let them know, like, hey, it's been about a month. I think I'm dying. I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe hire someone else.
Yeah.
That might be the law.
Maybe you could stay on payroll though. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I would say. What was number 3? What was number
Pay
C?
off your debts.
Pay off your debts. I'm gonna say let your boss know. You gotta let your boss know if you're dying. You gotta be considerate like that. Come on, your boss got a business to run.
It's a risky venture.
Yeah. Okay. What do we got in the chat? We got A. A lot of A. All right. It's a legal requirement to own a burial plot before you die in Sapelon, France. The mayor of Sapelon issued an edict forbidding people from dying within the city limits unless they had previously purchased a plot in a local parish cemetery. People who broke this by dying without a plot would be severely punished.
Way to go, Stony Spike and Dave. You got that.
Dave got one
on the board.
Dave's on the board. First time in years.
Well, I gotta say,
5 to 10 at least.
I guess Jim Morrison. He's buried in he's in Paris. Did you ever go to Jim Morrison's grave?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had to get a plot there first, or he was severely punished. I don't know.
Punish me. Sue me for
Punishment is death. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, I suppose.
This one starts with a believe it or not.
Okay.
So, believe it or not, it's illegal to blank unless you are licensed to do so in Victoria, Australia.
Ooh.
Believe it or not, it is illegal to blank unless you are licensed to do so
Punch
in
a
Victoria,
kangaroo.
Australia. A,
Believe it.
put shrimp on the Barbie.
Oh.
B, change a light bulb. C, dispose of a spider.
Oh.
What was the
you know
question
what?
again?
Believe it or not, it's illegal to blank unless you are licensed to do so in Victoria, Australia.
Kill.
Okay.
Put a shrimp on a Barbie, change a light bulb, or dispose of a spider.
Well, if you're Timothy Dalton, you have a license to kill stuff. I would say I have actually a reason for my answer. Dave, what do you?
What's
what do you
your
think?
reason? What's
I think the spider thing because
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos.
dispose of a spider?
I've seen a lot of videos of people like showing like crazy spiders in their house there.
What are you watching, Dave?
And I haven't seen.
I think it's all videos I send to them.
Spider talk, yeah.
Yeah.
And I never see any of them killing the spider.
Well, they're not going to film killing a thing the size of a dog.
Well, where do I have to go to see these videos?
The dark web.
Here's the logic. Remember Johnny Depp and Amber Heard couldn't bring their dogs in? There's very strict like animal life laws in Australia. They also brought in like these frogs to like kill these other frogs in Australia, but now those bigger frogs are like taking over Australia, so they've got like this.
Seen that coming.
Well, they need
It's an invasive
frogs.
species. They're telling people. So there's laws that tell you if you see these frogs, you got to kill them, and now there's probably laws if you see these spiders, you got to have them eat the frogs. So to keep them alive.
They imported the spiders to eat the frogs.
I think that's their plan in Australia. So it's clearly,
believe it or not, guys, it's illegal to change a light bulb unless you are licensed to do so in Victoria, Australia. Under Victorian law.
Just keep playing that.
Under Victorian
You can turn his mic off, can't you?
Changing a light bulb without a valid license was against the law. Taking your light into your own hands brought a fine of $10 Australian.
taking your light into your own hands.
I've had my second guess get picked so many times. So this next question, I'm going with my second guess.
Go with your second.
You're going with your second guess?
That's what they say.
Yep.
Always go with your second guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Hold your lederhosen, because in Switzerland, blank after 10 p.m. is illegal.
Okay.
A, flushing the toilet. B, making love. C, swearing.
After 10?
This one's really hard.
That's what I s-
What's your second guess, Dave?
Could be anything.
In
After
Switzerland,
10.
blank after 10 p.m. is illegal. Flushing the toilet, making love, or swearing. Fuck it.
I think that.
I did not just say that.
Well, after 10 p.m., that's when like anything I say is just a curse word. After 10, I'm pretty tired.
And
First
do
guess is
you
the
ever
toilet
say
one.
it while making love? Or is it too
Fuck
personal?
it.
That's that you recorded.
Technically, if you could achieve all three,
Yeah, that's true.
You can achieve all three. Well, then
That's
it's
a life
pass.
sentence.
Yeah.
That's a life
No,
sentence.
you
in
get a pass for creativity. It's
Switzerland.
Switzerland after all.
The Swiss are neutral. They don't do anything.
the toilet thing. The toilet thing's my first guess, so
Okay.
I'm not sure that that's the right one.
You want it? What is your
anymore.
second guess?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, you got to pick your.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why.
You sure
What did you
about
say,
that?
Harry?
You sure about that? That's why?
I said.
He built that wall. He's naturally magnetized, which allows him to zip around the wall that he built.
That's what I think.
That's Trump
it.
on trial.
Yeah.
My
God.
answer is clearly and only.
Is that-
It's B.
That
It's B,
counts as B, making love.
Yeah, you can't
If
do
you're
that after 10
scatting, you're
p.m.
making love.
I'm
I
gonna
think they
go. You think what? What? Sway me here.
Well, I think Switzerland, right? So bank accounts is what I think about when I cheese, Toblerones, bank accounts. It's that the
What about
Alps.
knives? Army
This
knives.
is what
too.
this is what you do
Down the
when
rabbit
you
hole
meet a
with
stranger in the
heirs.
Alps.
They got great army knives. The only army knives I know of.
Army knives, and they're neutral. They're like war, man. We're not about war. We're just about cheese and knives.
We'll sell you the knife for it.
We have an army, but we don't use it.
Yeah.
I would say you can't be belligerent in any way, so you cannot curse after 10 p.m.
No
That's
swearing.
Impolite. That's impolite, yeah.
All right, I'll go B then. We got so we
You're
got
going to be
an A,
with
B, a C.
making love?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't look at me when you say it like that. Huh?
How'd you know which box I'm looking at?
Anyway, hold your lederhosen because in Switzerland,
Hold
flushing a toilet
Damn it.
after 10 p.m.
That was my first guess. Yeah, it's that. Like, you can't make love. You gotta keep your leader hosing on.
It is illegal to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. in Switzerland as the government considers it noise pollution. It is common for landlords to impose house rules whereby residents are not allowed to flush their toilets between the hours of 10 p.m., 7 a.m., as it may disturb the neighbors. Those are usually for apartments, though. I feel like in a house, you probably are going to be all right. Or in a luxurious prison cell, Dave.
Yeah.
Boom.
That was awfully quick.
By the way, I have a great bonus. You're not out of it yet, Dave.
We've got a bonus question for Because It's the Law.
Yes. This one's worth 1 billion points. And once again, there is a hint. I'll give you the hint after I give you the answers.
It's something that we already should have listened to, and I'm not good at that.
It is something you might have wanted to pay attention to. All right. Bonus question worth 1 billion points. Law blank
Okay.
is a fine grade of light brown leather commonly used in binding law books.
Wait, blank is in the word?
Yeah. It's the second half of this term. Law blank is a fine grade of light brown leather commonly used to bind law books. A, heifer. B, llama. C, sheep.
What was B?
Llama.
Llama.
Llama? He just wants sound bites out of this question.
Mark that down, Aristotle. Law llama. When he said law llama.
All right, 45 minutes.
But that might actually be the answer. You don't know.
2 L's in llama? Yeah. Okay.
3.
All right.
No?
3 L's in la llama.
Llama.
Law blank is a fine grade of light brown leather commonly used in binding law books. A, heifer. B, llama. C, sheep. Now, the hint.
Where's the hint?
is,
Lanolin.
if you paid attention to the order of the answers, that will give you a clue as to what the answer for this question is.
Okay, what was it? What were the options again? This lanolin? It's like sheep's wool? Was that?
A, heifer. B, llama. C, sheep.
Oh.
Law blank.
How does the hint? What is the hint? Again?
How the hint is the order of the answers.
Like for all the other questions?
For all the other questions.
I got to write these down.
Attention. Yeah.
The order of all of those will tell you what the answer is.
Oh. Okay. Well, I would say
We got a little cherub chiming in with C. We got a C.
I'm going to go with Little Cherub. Just discussed it very intelligently with one of my employees, and we vote C. That sounds pretty astute and educated. I'm going to go.
I was going to say sheep because we talked about Scotland, I feel like.
I'm asking the audience on this one.
You're gonna phone a friend.
Yeah.
Or no, ask the audience was an actual.
Yeah.
Phone a friend would be like calling Seth Rogen, who your friend.
It would be.
Dave,
we have to get him.
Dave, would you like to
show.
call Seth Rogen?
I'm just.
I have to find a picture of him.
I'm just.
No, not yet. No, don't risk it.
I'm gonna go along with the herd. And
You're going C.
I'm going C.
Go
got
with C.
C's.
Gentlemen's
the hint doesn't
C's.
work for you.
Sheriff,
Okay.
the hint doesn't work for anybody.
No, the hint
hint's-
will work when you hear the answer. Law.
Obviously, it's a llama. it's llamas.
Which one is it?
Law sheep is a fine grade of light brown
Oh.
leather commonly used in binding law books. Law sheep.
Who knew it was mutton? What? Come on.
Thank you, Seth.
Thank you, Seth,
picking
for
up our
chiming
calls,
in.
as
Special
always.
guest Seth.
Okay.
Now, the hint. How did you get to sheep? Well, the answers were
How did we get
B, A, B,
Lamb.
A,
Baba.
Baba, black sheep.
Baba.
Llamas,
sheep, yeah.
llamas don't do that?
Llamas go.
They spit at you.
All right. Well,
Mostly.
now I have to ask, what about
Little Cherub won. Little Cherub got
Cherub.
1 billion points. Didn't even see the rest of the question.
just slid in at the end? Yeah.
Amazing. Well, that was a great
Dave
game.
lost.
Dave,
Hey, I got
Lost.
1 point and the bonus.
You have one negative 999 million points.
well, that was an excellent episode of Because It's the Law,
Yeah.
Overseas Edition, across the
Breaking
pond.
rules always pays off.
See, I'm
Little
going to have to
Cherub.
buy a plot in France in case I die there. So,
You never know.
Get
yeah,
ahead of the game.
just buy it now. Might as well. But then if I go traveling, I'll be superstitious if I'm ever in France.
Well, maybe that's immortality. You buy a plot in France, then never go to France.
And then I become a vampire and ask to use the bathroom in Scotland. And I think that we've got it all sorted out.
Yep. And then as for fun, when you're reading your law books in public, you'd be like, you know what this kind of leather's called? Bet you don't know.
And then you get sent to jail.
And then you go to jail.
When you say humans.
France does have awesome cemeteries. So if you're gonna get a plot
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Question: have you thought about this? I think about this a lot. What's your tombstone gonna say? Like if you because you know how some people have like specialized mugs, specialized T-shirts. I want a specialized tombstone. If you were to have
Sausage and
one, what would you
pepperoni.
say?
We'll be right
Funny
back.
Dave.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what mine will say.
It just says sausage and pepperoni.
No, funny day.
Funny Dave.
Funny Dave.
Yeah. People are like, oh, he seemed like he was fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I just what would it
More
say? It would
gravy
say-
than grave. That's good, Stoney.
More gravy than gravy. You're being cremated, little cherub.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what yours will say?
I think that's what the tombstone says. I'm being cremated.
In hell.
I'm doing that too.
That's a really good idea for a tombstone. I'm being cremated.
Yeah. Come back next week. Yeah.
I saw a good one. You can look up funny ones online, and a lot of them are like Disney ones from the Haunted Mansion, but every once in a while you get a golden one that's like real. One of them was I told you I was sick.
Oh,
That was a
no.
good tombstone.
Yours, I bet yours was going to be, can I pet that dog?
Yeah. That's a pretty good one. Or these flowers stink. Or how about let me out?
I'm allergic to grass.
Yeah. There's so many. There's so many potential.
Did we have any comments last week on the YouTubes?
Oh yeah, did we get any comments on the YouTubes?
Well, that's
I
a
say
great
I'm gonna-
question that you
I say
have
I'm
there.
going to
This-
comment every time, and then
You never do.
I don't do it. Yeah.
Let me check the comments. It's
Comment down
corner.
below if Dave should comment more.
And then Dave's got some complaints for us right after
Yeah.
we look at
Oh,
right
God.
after we look up these comments. Let me clear my throat.
Mike Lee.
Na, 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 na,
touch your
na,
mic.
na, na. All right, so let's see.
Yeah.
Here's one. Like I always said, the more money, the more employees, and the amount of employees cause the prices to rise. Yeah, so you should fire everybody. That's what we
This
should
person
do.
is flat wrong because they're talking about McDonald's. They're defending McDonald's in that comment. And they're saying, well, if you hire more employees, it's going to cost more to blah, 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 blah. Did they
And
not mention the $3.56 billion in profit?
I saw.
Yeah, did
I
they
saw an
not? Did they
article.
not count the CEO's salary of like hundreds of millions of dollars
$8,500 an
as
hour,
maybe
$8,500
excessive?
An hour. $8,500 an hour.
Yeah. Oh,
I saw an article saying that like McDonald's and all these companies are worried that they're gonna like lose money because of the new law. But I'm like, you're already raising your prices and you're already not losing money. So what do you?
yeah.
What would you have to be worried about to lose money as McDonald's? What would you have to do
You'd
to
have
lose
to,
money?
literally, there's no way they can lose money. Next comment.
You know, I remember seeing Super Size Me, and on the island of Manhattan, they mentioned that back then that there were like 91 McDonald's on the island of Manhattan, which is like 7 miles by 2 miles. So if this is true, I frequent Manhattan, or I have, and you go up any street, and you can literally just like hold your breath between seeing a McDonald's to the next McDonald's while you're like, if you're driving in a cab or something. And for some reason, I don't know, maybe someone out there can answer to this, but in cities, or in New York City at least, McDonald's is black and yellow, not red and yellow. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody knows why. There may not be an answer to that.
I get that for like Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Did Ghostbusters bring any amount of joy that the first movie, 1984, brought to a 10-year-old girl? Because if it didn't, I'm not sure I want to see it. Rachel B stuff. Listen, I saw Ghostbusters. Did you guys see Ghostbusters, the new one?
No.
Nope.
Haven't seen it.
I think I responded to that. I said it has its moments.
The last 3.
My response to that was, it has its moments. Those moments are all the ones with Bill Murray. So
what about Ernie?
Ernie's good because it's just like, all right, we've got an OG. Yeah. He's the boss now, and it feels safe and it feels good because Ernie's there. And then Ray's there, and it's like he's just kind of. He's an older Dan Aykroyd, and we love him. But Bill Murray has still got that kind of like vitality that he had as Venkman. But I think it's because it has those 3 original members. There's enough of it to feel, and Kumail Nanjiani actually, I think, is the only guy in that movie that realized he was in a Ghostbusters movie, because he was actually dryly funny kind of the whole time. Yeah, like he was like, oh, this guy is the brand, and then. You know, Paul Rudd's funny. He's just kind of Paul Rudd always. But then it's sort of a mixture of tones, because the last one was like Stranger Things with kids and ghosts.
It had
stuff.
more of an like adventure feel. Like Ghostbusters isn't supposed to be. I mean, I hate being one of those guys who's like, Ghostbusters isn't supposed to be
like
blah, blah, blah.
What it's supposed to be.
But I like you fight ghosts. That's
it just did, like the tone. It was a different tone. Was all.
Well, Chubb, tell me about the McDonald's. They were always black and yellow. But that's the thing. It's like New York City is the backdrop. It is a central character to the movie. Yeah. They all play off of the whole idea that they are exterminators in New York City. And that's the whole, for me, that's what the vibe is. That's the whole point of the movie, is just they're nonchalant about exterminating ghosts, because New York City is kind of nonchalant. Which is ironic, because that's a French term.
I'm walking here. I don't care if it's a ghost.
Exactly.
Hey,
exactly.
I got to get to my McDonald's. I just came from a McDonald's.
And that's the whole idea, right? Yeah. I got to go to this next McDonald's from this other McDonald's I just left.
Hey.
Yeah. New York.
Everyone's the Fonz in New York.
It's true. It is true.
He's from Happy Days.
I feel like every cool guy in any show is always has a New York accent for some reason. Isn't that
not Luke
true?
Perry, 90210.
Yeah. Not Luke Perry? What did he have? Like a Southern
Did you call him Nuke Perry? That's
Neil
my wrestler
Perry?
name. But no, not Neil Perry. Nuke Perry. That's my Fallout character. I'm going to start a new Fallout 76 campaign.
Steve Perry?
Nuke Perry.
I just started a new 4 campaign.
Did you really? I mean, that's Harry. Did you play the game Fallout? Have you played those games?
No.
Yes.
No. Okay, so you haven't played it, but you should watch the series anyway. It's a good series. It's fun, but if you have played the game,
I've been
it's that much more fun.
Is it enjoyable? Because I haven't talked to anybody who hasn't played the game who has watched the series, and I'm wondering if it's so good to me because I played the series, or if it's just openly good. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, Nuke Perry is my new Fallout name.
Dave, is that your complaint for Dave's Complaint Corner?
Yeah, Dave, let's go to Complaint Corner. We got Dave's Complaint Corner.
On Complaint Corner.
I'm coming in hot.
Dave's Complaint Corner, ladies and gentlemen.
Three letters.
This is Dave's Complaint Corner.
I'm coming in hot.
I got 3 letters for you. Can you guess?
DMV.
Yes.
I got it right. Play the happy noise.
Yeah.
I need that.
Dude, I have been in a 5-year battle right now with them. They don't send my registration reminders or renewal to my address.
Why don't they do that?
I don't know when it's supposed to, when I'm supposed to get these things. I don't know, but I get the notice of delinquents to my
Right.
address.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
They'll send that.
Yeah,
Wait, I get an email.
every year. I want the physical thing since it's like,
Well, you can click both options though. If you just
I can't click anything apparently because I've tried to change my address so many times. I've gone in to change it.
have you gone onto your profile on the DMV website?
I've called to change it. Yeah, nothing. Dude, this is like every year I'm just like, oh, I've been driving around without the proper tags for a few months. Like
Wait, we're
I
talking
need
about
to go in
DMT, right? You guys
Yeah,
ever tried DMT? Yeah.
and do all
You
the
gotta sign up
filtering.
for it.
Yeah.
I agree. The DMV, but I don't know what to blame there.
I don't know what, because every time I'm like, this needs to be fixed because they try to charge me like penalties, and they always like waive them or whatever because I'm like,
Nice.
I'm not getting the thing. Well, they didn't waive them this time, and I'm
Not
like,
nice.
I don't know what I'm supposed to like. And they're like, well, it happens around the same time every year, and I'm like, do you like, you get an electric bill, you get a gas bill, you get a water bill, you get all these bills that tell you how much you owe for the service. Like,
Yeah.
where's my thing from this? Like,
Yeah.
so I called the call center, and I'm like, can you please make sure that like the address is correct? Because that's the other thing too. Nowhere can I see, like every time I change the address, it's like, cool, you're good to go. And I'm like, where's the verification that I've done this? This is boring. But
You sure about that?
so I was on the call center, and they were like, well, I don't want to change it here if you're going to go in to an office today to renew the registration. They'll do it there. And I'm like, okay, great, whatever. So then I go in, you got to get smog, and you got to do all this stuff. So I go in, and the guy's like, I wait for an hour because I don't have an appointment. And the guy's like, oh yeah, no, we can't do that here. And I'm like, the people that I just spoke to in your organization said this is that you need to do it here. And he's like, no, we can't do that here. We don't have that power. And I'm just like, okay, great. So then I had to go back home and get on the phone again and talk to my friends at the DMV. And I just blew, like, I blew through one employee immediately. I just put them
You should
down
have just stayed at
silence.
the kiosk and dialed the DMV in front of the employee.
Yeah. Well, they said they'd call back in an hour and a half. I'll just stay.
I'll just wait here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when you had to like? I remember like Verizon or something. If I called because there was a situation going on there, they'd be or like canceling something. They're like, "Oh well, we can't cancel over the phone." I recently had this with Planet Fitness. Yeah. They kept charging me for like 7 more months, and I was like, "Guys, I like canceled like 7 months ago." And then they were like, "Oh well, we can't do that over the phone. You have to come into the branch." And I'm like, "That branch is 3,000 miles away from me." Like, you want me to just get on a plane and go in there and cancel? Like, it was crazy.
That's so fucking bullshit.
But this is what I told the guy. I just said to him, his name was Styles. At first, I should have recorded the phone call. It was hilarious. He's like, "Hi, this is Styles."
What movie is that from?
Teen Wolf. That's how I remember.
Teen Wolf, yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, Styles, can I cancel?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, we can't do that. You know what I mean?" And I was like, "No, I don't know what you mean, Styles. This is 2024. We have technology where we can cancel things over the phone now. I can and he just So Styles out there, he finally acquiesced and then allowed me to cancel over the phone. And I was like,
so you could do it.
Fuck it. I say, see that, Styles? It was
That's
easy.
the thing. Yeah.
What happened, Dave?
So I get all the way to a manager finally on the phone, and they're like, "Well,
Avenge me.
we can't do anything for the next 7 days because you made a transaction at the field office." And I'm like, "Yeah, I paid my registration because you guys told me to go in to do it to fix it that way." And like, "Well, we can't do anything for the next 7 days." I'm just like, no, this has been 5 years though. Like that this has been happening. Like
We can't
they're
do
like,
it. We don't.
they're like, "You need to call back in, next week." And I'm just like, I'm not going to call back. Like, I'm here now and I've been trying to fix this, and your employees are telling me one thing, and then the other employees are telling me that. She's like, "Well, they should know how to do that in the office." I'm like, "Well, they said they can't So now
Yeah.
this is a larger problem
Yeah.
of communication.
I find it absurd that things can't get done over the phone these days, or just in one fell swoop.
It was such a crazy. And then she started talking over me, like while I was explaining. I'm just like, this is the worst customer. Like, so they're supposed to call me back in 7 days.
Yeah.
I told them that.
I've noticed customer service has kind of been on a downhill thing everywhere, right? Like I was out with friends at a restaurant recently, and it was time to pay the bill, right? There's 5 of us.
Yeah.
Waiter comes up and he's like, all right, we could do this the hard way, the harder way, or all of you can just pay one person and you can split it on Venmo.
Good Lord.
And we were like, no, we want to split the bill. And he literally looked at us and went, fine, and walked away to go get the thing to help split the bill.
These things
we're
are
like,
possible.
What? Like, you have a machine in your hand.
Yeah.
They've given the machine to do that. And then another, like, much nicer lady came up and was like, here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, it sucks. It sucks having to deal with customers. It's the worst. But I also, like, the older I get, the more I'm like, if you're being paid at the job, though.
Right. But maybe they're not being paid enough.
No, definitely not being paid enough. I agree with that, for sure.
But I agree. If that's part of the job description.
If you're giving everyone a shitty experience, like the people who are being perfectly nice to you, those customers don't deserve to be treated like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I don't know.
The end all to this DMV thing at the moment was that they sent me a form to fill out that they can then send over to their data entry people. And she sends this PDF, and the only way to edit it is I have to click on each box that each letter goes in. I can't hit it, like doesn't auto. So I'm like clicking for each single letter that I'm filling out these sections for, and I get to the bottom where it's like sign, and I can't annotate the PDF because it's locked. You need a password.
Oh man,
I've gotten this far on the PDF. I've filled out everything, but I can't add
what's the
signature
password
to it.
That's what I don't understand. Like,
Did you
because
try typing in password?
I don't understand, because I know you like the physical
I
thing.
tried a lot.
They emailed you a PDF. Like, every time I pay for my registration, I do it through the DMV website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question to my question
when,
to you about them is, how come they can email you a PDF but not just handle it online? I don't understand.
Just change the thing. So I get all the way to the bottom, like, this is great. So I'm very tech savvy, and I'm like, how can I get around this? You know, can I re-export it? Can I pull in Photoshop and do something crazy? And no, everywhere it's like locked. So I'm just like, I'm not going to do this. I emailed back. I go, it's locked. I don't know the password. Like, what? Please advise. And she says, I don't know the password either. The workaround is to print it and fill it out and then scan it and then email it back. And I'm like,
that's totally worth
I have
the
a
paper.
printer and a scanner here? Like,
that's insane.
And then I said, I don't have those things. And she goes, oh, sorry. Well, you could go into a field office and fill it out there.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not going back there for this.
I used to work at a job where we could
not my problem.
There were things that were could have been an email kind of thing, but they're like, no, you have to fax that. Man, and I would be like, okay, so I have to fax one sheet of paper that says one line on it, and I have to write a cover sheet for that. Then I have to put those 2 pieces of paper through a fax machine that will produce 2 more sheets of paper somewhere else. 4 sheets of paper for an email or a phone call or a text. It's crazy. Yeah.
All right. Now we're opening the floodgates here. Speaking of cover letters, when you're applying to a job, what the fuck is a cover letter? Like, how dare you be like,
you don't want
I've got
your
this
letter
job.
to get cold.
Now tell me how much you want this fucking job.
Tell
me how much you need this job.
Grovel for us, please.
Grovel for us. This has been a morning.
It has been a morning. Well, you guys want to join us for the Roach clips? Roach Crips. That'd be a good gang to join. We didn't even talk about cults. I'm part of the Roach Crips. We're like, we smoke so much weed. Our bandanas are green. It's great. Join us. Oh, well, I think it's Roach Clip time. We can carry this
at least we have
conversation
each other and the cheese bags, right?
Yeah, we do. Let's forget about what's going on in the world and remember that it is 420 here on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you guys are having an elevated time wherever you are at. And it's 420 somewhere all the time, right? That's how it works, I think.
Touch your mic. Touch your mic.
Lee, your voice.
Aristotle. Apple Podcast. Well, we are. It's 420.
That's right. Thanks for reminding us that we are also, all of our episodes are available on Apple Podcasts now, so you can subscribe on there. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify, and probably other platforms that you listen to podcasts on.
Podcast.
And still like us there. Share that with your friends. Tell your friends about it. Smoke about it, and have a good old time.
Thank you, Jack.
See you guys.
Movie theater popcorn can't melt chocolate.